come to another mermaid pool, Doxey Pool in Staffordshire, on the Roaches. Same legend as the Kinder Scout one. Well, the mermaid in this one is called Jenny Greenteeth, or the Blue Nymph. And apparently, many moons ago, a young lady was walking across the moors and fell in, lost her life to this pool, became a mermaid somehow, and then pulls in unsuspecting victims. So we'll have to be careful tonight. once again. That was a pretty rough night weather-wise. We always seem to come out in all these storms. It was a beautiful evening up to it getting dark, and then as soon as it got dark, the wind came from nowhere, and then it rained all night from like midnight to just getting light again. It's just stopped. The wind's dropped and the rain's gone, stopped in the last half an hour or so, just as it's getting light. But we're left with this atmospheric thick fog. But it was an enjoyable night. It was another challenge for the tent, which it passed again. It seems to do really well in high winds, but there is a downside. I think it's not a great tent in heavy rain, because it pushes quite closely to the mesh netting inner, and then it starts getting drips inside. And I don't know if it's just because we put it up wrong, or it's just not meant for heavy rain, or whether it's just one of those things that we were just unlucky tonight. I don't know, but that is a bit of a problem, because quite a lot of our stuff is wet inside the tent from starting out being bone dry in the start of the evening. So we're going to have to start. The only other thing we can do now is actually, especially when it starts raining, is use the guy lines and see if we can pull the outer away from the inner. But when it's windy and raining, there's no hope really. It's just going to touch the inner and it gets wet. And there's a heavy build-up of condensation, and that could be also to do with the lantern we were using, but we don't know about that. That's the theory. But it could be a double whammy of extra condensation, and the rain has just made it a very wet night. Where we were, little dry spot. Not going that way.
Well, after going slightly wrong and off course a little bit through these rocks, finally back on track. On our way home. It was a good overnighter despite the adverse weather, but that's all part of camping. It was good, enjoyed it.